Hi, I'm Sandra at Sing, Play, Create Teaching Tips, and today I have some fun activities on how to teach your students high and low in the music classroom. Let's get started.
5 music activities to teach high and low in music class.
In this video, I'll be showing 5 different high and low activities you can use in your music class. All of these activities are in the free resource in the Sing, Play, Create free resource library. All you have to do is go to the website and subscribe.
Let's use puppets to teach high and low.
I love to use puppets in my classroom to help my students learn music concepts. The one I'm sharing today is Galump Went the Little Green Frog using a frog puppet. And then I use little beat buddies or stuffed animals that my students can use to show low and high to the song. We start off with some body movement so they can do a jump or hand movement. Galump went the little green frog one day. Galump went the little green frog. Galump went the little green frog one day, and his eyes went galump. I make sure that we play a little game with making sure they're watching me at first, or they're listening to when they have to go low and high, because it's not a pattern. At the end, it's a little tricky, so we work on that. And then I have them use a stuffed animal, and they can do the moving with their animal. And I just love using puppets to help them learn music concepts.
Let's use movement to teach high and low.
Galump Went the Little Green Frog One Day is a really fun high-low music activity that I've used in my classroom. My first graders especially love this song. We create our own pretend little pond in our circle, and then there's big lily pads in our pond, and the frogs are going to get to hop around on the lily pads while we sing the song. So I'll have half the class go into the pond and hop. Galump went the little green frog one day. Galump went the little green frog. Galump went the little green frog one day, and his eyes went galump. And then the froggies tap someone and take their spot in the circle, and we get a whole new bunch of little froggies in the pond to sing the song again. It's a fun high-low activity you can do in your classroom today.
Let's use a movement prop like a scarf to teach high and low.
A fun song I like to use with scarves for my kindergarten and first grade students to learn dynamics is Galump Went the Little Green Frog. It's so easy because we can go gallow high, galump went the little green frog one day, galump went the little green frog, galump went the little green frog one day, and his eyes went galump. Using a scarf is another fun way to add movement into your music class lesson. We talked about movement is so important for young children because it helps them make mind and body connections. So I like to use a scarf activity with an action song. It gives them a chance to sing the song, move to the song, and then use a movement prop to the same song, all while reinforcing the music concept of high and low.
Let's play an animal sounds game to teach high and low.
I'm talking about how to help our students learn high and low. This is a fun music game you can play. Not only are students going to be listening, but they're also going to be moving. They're going to be showing you what they hear. Is the sound high or low? I know that all kids love animals, and so playing an animal sounds game to help them learn high and low is going to be a big hit in your classroom. You can use the free resource that has the animal cards in it and animal sounds, or you can just do this very casually in your class without a lot of prep. You can choose some animals that you think the kids might know the sounds to. For example, a dog. And you can ask them who can come up and make the sound of a dog and be a little doggy for us. So you'll have someone come up. Now we don't know right now, are they going to go woof, 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 or roof, roof, roof? But whichever sound they make, then we can have our students show what they think it is. Is it high or is it low? We're going to add some movement to this so that we help our students make those mind and body connections. And all I do, it's very simple, is I have them crouch like this while they're listening. And then if it's high, I have them jump. And when it's low, I have them go down and crouch. It's a really simple game. You can control how many students will get to choose an animal to be. And then it's just very easy to use. You don't have to do any prep. And I promise you, your students will love this game. I like using games like this in my classroom because they're nice to have in your back pocket for those times where you might have a class where your lesson that you planned ended a little early, so you can have this game that you could play. They're sitting in a circle. They're all being quiet because it's a quiet game. We're not talking, but we're going to show high and low before we go.
Vocal explorations are great to teach high and low.
Another activity we can do to help our students learn high and low is to use vocal exploration cards. Now, I've created vocal exploration cards for every month of the school year. And what I did in my vocal exploration cards and also in the freebie is I have a path that the students follow. And I have them use their hand and follow the path as they use their voice to move their finger across the page. Now, this is a great activity for developing our vocal cords, our pitch, our sight singing, even just singing voices. It's also great for reading left to right, and it helps them make the mind and body connections using their hands as well as their voices. So I always like to have them use their hands or even a scarf with the vocal explorations. You can get the free vocal explorations in the high-low free resource when you subscribe to the Sing, Play, Create free resource library.
Play an instrument sounds game to teach high and low.
Another activity you can do to learn high and low is to use instrument sounds. You could use your classroom instruments and play high and low sounds on your xylophone, your triangle, a bongo drum, a Congo drum, whatever instruments you might have in your classroom to help your students learn high and low. You can play a guessing game with these instruments. You can hide them behind something so they can't see that you're playing a high note on a xylophone or that you're playing a certain instrument. And then you have them guess what they hear. Is it high or is it low? You can have some fun with this game. You can choose some body actions you want them to show you instead of calling out. I like to use body actions, which gives the students a chance to share what they're thinking, but it doesn't create a lot of loudness or talking in the classroom. So I would have them show me high and low with their hands, or you can have them jump up high and crouch down low, depending on the sounds they're hearing. You can also use instrument sounds that are on the YouTube videos on the internet that you can find, or if you have a keyboard. I've also played this game by just using the plain piano. It can be a quick transition activity too. So you have your piano, you're playing, and the kids can't see your hands, and so you can have them crouch down low for low, and then jump up high for high, and then in the middle while they're waiting. So we're waiting, and we play high notes, we jump up high, we're waiting, play low notes, we go down low. This can be a fun transition activity where you might do this activity and then you could go to a story or go to a short video clip of some instruments that are playing. No matter what, using a variety of activities like listening and movement, as well as some visuals in your classroom, are going to help your students make those mind and body connections. They're also going to help them make those connections to the music concept. So I encourage you to incorporate the movement in with these activities. It also helps the students keep their attention focused, and it does help with classroom management. There's so many fun ways we can teach our students about high and low in the music classroom. We reviewed some activities in this video of showing high and low with animal sounds, instrument sounds, We also used our own voices in vocal explorations. We did an action song and acted like frogs, and we also used a movement prop with a scarf to show high and low. I'm hoping that this gave you some ideas and inspired you to use some movement with your activities so that we help our students make those mind and body connections every time they come to music class. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you got some great ideas on how to teach high and low in your music classroom. Please subscribe and let's keep kids moving and learning with music.
I wanted to take a minute and talk about the vocal explorations activities that we have in the Sing, Play, Create TPT store. Here's a review that I got on the bundle. Love these. My students love being the class leader and choosing a pointer to follow along as we sing. These are a huge success in my classroom. I love hearing about these things from the other classes and the teachers that use them. Another one is, my students love these interactive vocal exploration slides. Thank you for creating them. Thank you for making this beautiful resource. My students prefer animated, and this is just what I needed to add to my collection of animated vocal explorations. The themes and lessons will help your students experiment with and explore their voices while preparing for note reading and developing singing skills, especially high and low. The concepts that we're going to learn with these vocal explorations are pitch, vocal awareness, and high and low. Each resource includes vocal exploration teaching pages, as well as an animated PowerPoint or video, graphics, and sometimes there is a craft activity as well as worksheets. Vocal play is an important activity in the music room because it helps students explore and experiment with their voices. Students experience vocal play as they interact with the animated graphics, create their own vocal explorations, or use puppets, the graphics, and participate in the games and activities included in each resource. The worksheets and graphics provide extension activities to be used in stations, in your subtub, and even for assessments. I want you to try to imagine using this resource at the beginning of your lessons. You can have the students, leaders come up in the classroom. They can be tapping the smartboard to have the pages change, and they can lead the class. You can also use these activities with a scarf for a movement activity. They can be singing and waving their scarves with these delightful interactive activities in your music classroom. There are vocal exploration activities for every month of the school year. We start off with fall vocal explorations, go to monster vocal explorations, then turkey explorations. Then we have holiday vocal explorations that I included Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, and Christmas animated PowerPoints and printables. Then I used Penguin Winter Music Class vocal explorations, and of course then a Valentine's themed vocal explorations. And then we have Leprechaun vocal explorations. Then there are 3 other ones that you could interchange for different months, but we have Garden theme, Farm Animal theme, and Buggy vocal explorations. So there's quite a variety of activities and themes that you can use in the music classroom. They are all animated PowerPoints, and some of them have videos. Now, I've made all of these vocal exploration activities because I really felt it was important for kindergarten students to have this pre-note reading and vocal warm-up activity that they could do as part of their core music class activity. Meaning there's certain activities that I feel strongly that kindergartners should be doing every time they come to class. And that's because I'm only seeing them once a week. And it's important for the repetition and continuity. And that's why I went ahead and made these for every month of the school year. And that's just so they would know what they are and they could be comfortable doing them. The other great thing about doing it all the time or often is that then you have the opportunity to have student leaders, and it can become more of a student-led activity where everyone gets turns coming up and leading the class, and then they can really do a create activity because they've been doing the follow along and copycat, that now they'll be able to create their own vocal explorations. And then, as I'm sure you've heard many people do, this is a technique that most music teachers use, but you can use this strategy, is to, when you do an activity often enough, then you can add that to your music class station set of activities. So you could print out the cards for the month and the flashcards, and you could put them at a station with scarves, and the students could wave their scarf and sing the pitch. And you could even give them a xylophone with or a one-pitch tone bar of the note you want them to start on. Or you could give them, a recording if that's what you have. But it's a great station activity where they can sing, and you can tell them what you want them to sing on. In the February Valentine's vocal exploration, I play around with some funny different sounds, and each of the little bugs, the love bugs, have a different sound for the kids to make. And so you can do a spin-off on that and have the kids come up with the sounds and how you want them to sing it. And there's so many ways to make this an effective learning tool for kindergarten, and they will just love it. I highly recommend you check out the vocal exploration bundle, or at least for the months that you think you would really like to use this. So I also included the vocal exploration bundle in the core kindergarten music elements lesson bundle. Now, I created this lesson bundle because I felt like the vibe going around that kindergarten is really hard for many music teachers, and a lot of them are also teaching preschool. So I created a kindergarten music lesson bundle that has activities that are going to be songs, games, movement, and lessons with rhythm, and the normal type lesson that you do with the PowerPoints is going to have all those things in it. And I covered pitch, dynamics, timbre, which voice choice, loud and soft, high, low, fast, slow, long, short, beat, and rhythm, as well as some instrument and body percussion activities. There's a hello song, and there's the vocal explorations, and all of these different lesson activities that cover those music concepts. I've got the music lesson clap, pat, snap, stomp, body percussion that comes as a play-along video with flashcards, posters, and activities. And there is a steady beat music and movement activity, song video, I Can Feel the Steady Beat. So you're going to get the basic materials for your kindergarten classes that are going to cover all those important music concepts. And this will give your kindergartners a really strong music foundation so that when they go to first grade, they can start reading pitch, playing rhythms, and creating music and playing instruments. Finally, I want to talk about the year-long music lesson bundle for K through 6 general music teachers to use in the elementary music classroom. This year-long bundle includes the vocal explorations, and it has lessons, songs, games, and activities. Every month I've created a bundle of music lessons. So there's one for fall, there's back to school, there's October, there's November, December, winter, January, February, and which has more than Valentine's Day in it, has some President's Day and some other things. There's March that has some leprechaun, but also has some other activities besides St. Patrick's Day. April, May, June. There's not a June one, but April and May. And so these are core music lessons that have the core music concepts in them that a music teacher could use throughout the entire school year as the basis of your curriculum. And these are your basic activities that are going to cover the core music concepts. The materials are both ORF and KDI methodologies, and the planning pages are included to help you coordinate your curriculum or organize it or even use it as your start off, your kickoff for your own curriculum. It'd be a great starting bundle to use. You'll use these songs and games for years and years and years, as I have. With the year-long music lesson bundle of bundles, you'll have a scope and sequence of K through 6 lesson materials to build a curriculum or embellish a existing curriculum. The music lessons, songs, games, activities are centered on the national standards, and they are on holiday and seasonal themes. Every monthly bundle includes some video, audio files, along with worksheets, PowerPoints, flashcards, and other materials that you need in the music classroom. There is a planning page, and there are planning pages in it that will show you all of the music concepts and everything. The basic elements are covered: beat, rhythm, melody, harmony, timbre, texture, dynamics, form, expression, and movement. Each lesson provides learning opportunities to create, respond, perform, and connect. The Sing, Play, Create scope and sequence provides a basic music curriculum for grades K through 6. It does not cover every music standard for all grades. It just gives you a starting point where you'll need to add in some things for some of the music concepts that are not included, but it covers all the basics. The teacher guide includes a scope and sequence with lesson materials to support the learning goals, and you'll be able to use the lesson, weekly, monthly, and yearly planning organizer to sequence and coordinate the lesson in your current curriculum. And each resource has teaching directions, and of course, I'm always available to help you migrate this kind of resource that includes over 70 individual music lessons. It has quarter planning by grade, monthly planning by grade, monthly planner of all grades, weekly planner, weekly planning all grades, and music lesson templates. Some of the music lessons that are included in this activity are a hello, back to school song and game, a choral song, I had a dog and doggy doggy, where's your bone music lesson, pirate rhythm chants, Halloween rhythm and composition activities, Skin and Bones, Old Mother Witch, Pumpkin Pumpkin, Turkey Turkey Orphan Kadai game song, We Are Thankful Thanksgiving song, November composing activities, K6 no prep worksheets, holiday vocal explorations, New Year, and Orff music lesson, Frosty Weather, Kodai music lesson, Valentine's Day, Orff music lesson, Pass the Valentine, game song and music lesson, March is Music Month, Orff song and music lesson, Earth Day is a special day, music lesson, 10 Little Bunnies activity song, Get to Know Your Rhythm chant, Leprechaun vocal explorations, and the kindergarten music lesson bundles to teach high-low, fast-low, loud-soft, beat and rhythm, and the kindergarten movement activities to teach the same concepts that I just said. Those are just some of the things that you will get in the year-long music lesson bundle. It's available at TPT, the Elementary Music Lesson Year-Long Bundle, lessons, songs, games, and activities K through 6. I hope you'll check it out.